Coming up on this episode of One-on-One Sports,
we break down the NHL trade deadline,
discuss the drama surrounding Bryce Harper,
and talk NFL teams in need of a rebuild.
All that and so much more.
And it all starts
right now. Hello and welcome to this episode of One-on-One Sports. I'm Matt Holzapfel.
And I'm Andrew Vendelis. A lot happened this past weekend in the world of sports, but before we get started, let's step up to the plate for the quick hitters. The legend of Zion Williamson continues to grow. Duke's freshman star was hurt in the first minute of UNC versus Duke round 1 last week after his foot blew through the sole of his shoe, causing him to leave the game with a mild knee sprain. The incident caused many NBA players and analysts to suggest that Williamson should sit out the rest of the year and instead prepare for the NBA draft. Matt, would this be a good idea for Zion? I know you got a lot to say. Take it away.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely not a good idea, and I understand what they're all saying. You don't want to risk injury, yada, yada, yada. When you sign a letter of intent to play for a college basketball team, you are committing to them for at least 1 year.
And you play.
Exactly. Now, yes, the one-and-done rule is stupid, and it should absolutely be abolished and replaced. We'll get to that in a second. Zion Williamson is not going to sit because Zion Williamson loves basketball. He doesn't care where he gets drafted because he has an insurance policy that will pay him if he loses the money, which, by the way, is still good money no matter if he goes 1 or 15. So, yes, he should play.
Definitely, I agree. He's still day-to-day, but he should play when he's healthy. Nothing's guaranteed in the draft, as we've known.
Absolutely.
Even if you've turned heads like Zion has since high school, Coach K said himself, there's no timetable. We don't want to put pressure on him. But at the same time, his health should be the priority, but not whether he sits out.
The reason this is such a big problem is because we're starting to treat these one-and-done players like NBA players the moment they step into college. So people are already considering him the next Knicks star or whoever's the #1 pick. They're completely ignoring the fact that he has a full season to spend at Duke, and therefore they're just, forgoing his college career, which shouldn't happen.
And another question as with that as well is, Zion, if he's hurt, does that not hurt your chances of winning the national championship?
Absolutely.
Which is what Coach K wants to do as well.
Yeah, there's a reason you go to Duke. And I know there's two big ones. First of all, it's because Coach K develops players like no other, and that is an absolute fact, indisputable. Yeah. And two, it's because they know how to win at Duke. And you pick Duke for both those reasons, not one, not the other, for both. Very quickly, the one-and-done rule has to go. Either you go for 2 years or you don't go at all, you go straight to the NBA.
And he wants to win a championship. Zion's a player to help him get there.
Yeah. UFC legend George St Pierre officially called it quits on Thursday, ending an illustrious career with a record of 26-2. Andrew, what kind of legacy will St Pierre leave behind, and where does he rank among the all-time greatest fighters?
Only 2 losses in your career, not too shabby. He's one of the greatest of all time. If not, I know I have a soft spot in my heart for Anderson Silva, but either way, GSP is the best double champion in history. Sorry, Conor McGregor. He is a welterweight, middleweight champion, 3-time welterweight champion. He retired with the belt in 2013, came back in 2017, switched divisions, beat Michael Bisping for the middleweight championship, and his welterweight championship has the second longest combined reign in UFC history with over 2,200 days. 9 consecutive title defenses.
They don't understand how impressive it is to retire and then come back 4 years later and instantly get, continue that reign. This isn't Michael Jordan going to baseball and coming back to basketball. No. This is a whole different animal. George St Pierre had a unique blend of physical and mental ability that led to him, like you said, only losing 2 matches. Those 2 people that beat him, both named Matt, by the way, he knocked them out the
so
next time.
So you're saying he could beat GSP?
No. He knocked both them out in the rematches and got a vengeance. He's the greatest of all time.
Definitely. And on top of that, he's the GOAT, 4 times champion across 2 divisions. What's there not to say?
Absolutely. He also was the only welterweight in history to land more than 1,000 strikes, over 1,200.
You think about how tough it is to switch divisions. Not just in the UFC.
My God, yeah.
And welterweight to middleweight, that's a good 15-pound difference there, I think. But it's impossible almost, the training you have to go to. And to go in and on your first fight or second fight, beat one of the best in your division, Michael Bisping, who is a threat to be reckoned with, and now he's retired as well. And to go out on top like that, the first time around when he retired in 2013 with the welterweight championship, and then come back 4 years later and do it again in a different division, go.
He is absolutely the best 170-pounder in UFC history, probably the best in all of UFC.
Definitely, undisputed. Boston Celtics star point guard Kyrie Irving unleashed his frustration towards media members last week after being asked for his opinion of the reports that him and Kevin Durant wanted to team up to join the New York Knicks at the conclusion of this season. Matt, is Kyrie's frustration justified?
I'm going to be a hypocrite a bit because a few weeks ago on this show, I blamed KD for lashing out at the media, but I understand what Kyrie's going through. You just want to play basketball, and the rumors what I have a problem with. Yes, you can do your job as the media. You can report on whatever is possibly happening.
Facts.
But the rumors are an issue. It's getting to the point where you can't even look at another player without being criticized or accused of wanting to play with them and maybe tampering in the whole tampering thing too.
Only Kyrie, maybe his agent, maybe his family know what they want to do. The media has a duty, as you said, to report any findings of him potentially leaving. But I say this all the time, off air, sports is the only outlet of journalism that has the least amount of fact checking, the least amount of, credible sources, and it allows for fake news to spread. I'm not saying this is fake news, but reporters have agendas in the sports world. We're all fans, but the sports media is centered around opinions. It's centered around speculation. Very rarely is it ever able to be truly objective, and that's why I understand why Kyrie's getting upset.
If it's not Woj, I don't want to hear it. Le'Veon Bell is free at last. The Pittsburgh Steelers running back has finally been granted his wish as the team announced that they will not place a franchise tag on Bell this offseason. Andrew, when Bell finally puts the pads on again, what team will he play for?
This was a hard one. I know the Steelers probably want. Yeah, well, it's different with Antonio Brown because you can choose where he wants to go.
Different situations.
Yeah, trade him to an NFC team, but I don't see Le'Veon Bell going to an NFC team on his own free will. I think the Jets are a good destination for Le'Veon to elevate the offense, take the pressure off of Sam Darnold, and help the offense develop. It's really a shot in the dark, though. You don't know. You saw him tweet, "Where should I go?" That emoji. Anyway, the wind blows. It doesn't matter to Le'Veon
I'd like to
as
see
long
where
as
he
gets
wants
paid.
to go. I want to know. I want to be inside his brain. Obviously, that's impossible, but I like the Jets a lot. It's a great pick. I also like the Raiders. This is the team that lost Marshawn Lynch to a season-ending groin injury halfway through the season. He's not signed for this year. Their only running back left is Doug Martin, who, while he ran hard, was also on a one-year deal. They're going to have to re-sign him, too, if they want to keep him. They clearly have an aptitude for bringing in veterans who are proven. Marshawn Lynch, Doug Martin. Yes, Doug Martin is proven. He had some great seasons. He was, sorry. And now with Amari Cooper gone, they're missing a cornerstone on offense. They have a lot of draft picks. I think still a good quarterback in Derek Carr, which means they have promise, and they're looking for a star, and Le'Veon Bell is a star.
And Le'Veon is also in the prime of his career.
Absolutely. I like the Jets. I think Ravens, Buccaneers, too. Raiders fit in there as well.
I would love Le'Veon. We don't need him. Well, that's all the time we have for the quick hitters.
When we come back, we'll discuss the NHL trade deadline.